going on, guys? It is your boy Zoom, and I'm bringing you a video today on supplements. So I've been asked a couple of questions in regards to what type of supplements should I take and things of that nature. So I figured, why not do a video on it? Because there's a lot of different supplements out there in the supplement industry. Doesn't have like a lot of bias, but has a lot of false information, so to speak. So I kind of want to give you guys like the breakdown as to like what type of supplements would help you improve your 100-meter or 200-meter sprint times. Because again, there's not a lot of information out there, because there's not a lot of studies done and a lot of research. A lot of things say that they may help this or may help that, and I feel that why not have that source that can say, hey, this is definitively, this is going to help you in lowering your times. You know what I mean? So let's see. So the number one I would say that would help, but I wouldn't take it in season, would be creatine. Now, creatine is a pretty old supplement. It's been widely studied as in being a muscle building supplement that is going to help you build muscle and put on some mass, right? Put on lean muscle, which is what you really want to be. You want to be as lean as possible when you're sprinting. So the one thing that I would recommend as a recommendation is, if you're going to take creatine, because it's going to increase the ATP levels in your body, but it takes a little bit for it to actually start kicking in. So you typically have to do like a loading period of creatine, which is cool, not a big deal. Usually, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 20 grams of creatine a day for a week, and then that way your muscles are heavily saturated in creatine. Make sure that you get a good brand creatine, like a creatine monohydrate by Muscle Tech. Really great. You can get it on Amazon for like $7, $7 to $14. It's really cheap. It's not that expensive. But you want to make sure that you're getting a quality creatine. You want to go with the cheap brand. You don't want to go with 6 Star or Body Fortress, nothing like that. You want to go with something that's going to be of quality, because some of the side effects of creatine, like bloating and things like that, are typically from the brands that are not of quality. And so you really want to make sure that you get a quality creatine monohydrate. Now, I was sponsored for a while by Primera Sports, who does creatine HCl. That does work. It really, I will say, there's not a lot of research done on creatine HCl, but from my experience when I used it, I did put on like a lot of strength without having to bloat and without having some of the negative side effects. Well, can't say negative side effects because there's not really negative side effects. I say bloating is a negative side effect, and creatine monohydrate, it absorbs more water in your system. That makes you pull in more water into your muscle cells. So you do have to drink more water quite frequently, and you will put on weight. There's been a time I was on creatine monohydrate, I put on 10 pounds. So it's kind of like a give and take. But when I was taking creatine HCl, I didn't have that effect. I didn't really retain any water at all. So, but I had got all the strength benefits. So it's kind of like, you see which one, you can play with both of them, see which one actually helps. But I just recommend stick with the creatine monohydrate. Saves your money, keep money in your pocket, keep it simple. Also, if you're going to take creatine, I wouldn't take it while you're in season. And the reason why I say that is because you have that retention of water, you're going to look a little bigger, your muscles are going to be fuller, but also at the same time, if you're not hydrating properly, you're going to cramp. And if you are, say, an American, like you live in America, or you don't have the best diet, then I recommend doing creatine on your off season. So from your off season to your pre-season will be a perfect time for you to incorporate creatine, because in that way you're maintaining you're maintaining lean muscle mass, but then you're also building lean muscle mass, if that makes sense. So And I've done it this past off season, and I haven't lost any strength. I've actually surprisingly gained strength. Surprisingly, so that's pretty cool. I haven't been lifting at all. I just started lifting like last week, and I'm pulling weight like easy. So that's my recommendation. Obviously, it's just a recommendation. You can do it how you feel. But if you're a sprinter, you really don't want to have that extra weight. It's all about your strength versus weight ratio, your power, the power that you can generate versus your weight. And so when you have that extra water weight, yeah, you may be like, your muscles may be fuller, but you're more likely to cramp. And in the end, it's kind of like a trade-off. Do I want the additional weight, or do I want to be a little lighter? Maybe lose like a tiny bit of strength. As they say, you lose a little bit of strength when you come off creatine, but I haven't experienced that. I've maintained my strength gains, so I don't know if that's necessarily true, but everybody's different. At the end of the day, everybody's different. So that's my recommendation if you're going to take creatine. Do it from your off season to your preseason. Another recommendation would be beta-alanine. So beta-alanine is being heavily studied, and it's a supplement that pretty much, it's kind of like it's like baking soda almost. So if when you take baking soda, it buffers your lactic acid. So it helps hold off lactic acid by taking the hydrogen ions in your body that is created from when you're running fast or utilizing your muscles at a high intensity, and allows that to... Sorry about that. My pup knocked over my controller. Smash Bros, man. Smash Bros Ultimate. Had to go with the GameCube controller. Crazy game. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But anyway, so what beta-alanine does, it helps fend off lactic acid, which is really good when you're running the 200. Kind of helps for a little bit for the 100, but it's really geared toward the 200 to 400. Now they say, oh, you don't really feel the effects until like you've been running for like 40 seconds to a minute. But when I was taking beta-alanine, I felt it. Like I could tell the difference when I was doing a longer run practice, or just running a 200 in general. It really helps you get through pretty much your race, which is phenomenal. So if you take beta-alanine, you're gonna feel like you have a second win. You're not even gonna feel fatigued. That's the key. You're not gonna feel fatigued when you're running that 200, which is key. That's definitely key. I must say that, because when you're running a 200, you feel it. You feel it, especially coming on like the straightaway. Not so much on the turn, but the straightaway, that's when you feel it the most. And then that last 50 meters, that last 50 meters could determine if you're going to win that race or not. So if you have supplement with beta-alanine, that's going to help fend off that lactic acid and help you maintain your form finishing up the race. Those are the two main supplements that I would recommend. Minus whey protein, I guess you could say that's a third, because whey protein, you need your protein. A lot of Olympic sprinters seem to be on a higher protein diet. So when you're constantly whether you're running or you're in the gym, you got to make sure your muscles are properly fueled. You got to make sure your muscles have the proper nutrients so they can rebuild themselves, so they can come back stronger. And so if you're not getting enough protein in your diet, which you can, you just got to eat more chicken breasts, lean meats, lean beef. I only eat grass-fed beef. It's the healthiest type of beef that you can eat. But if you're not getting enough protein in your diet, then I recommend a whey supplement, a whey isolate first and foremost, because with the whey isolate, they cut out a lot of the fat. You have like a little bit in there, but you get a lot more protein, which is good. And you also still get the health benefits of taking the whey isolate with like enhanced immune boosting and things like that. Quicker uptake for your muscles, for you to actually utilize those amino acids and all that fancy jazz. So those are my main three. I normally take a protein shake definitely because I know I don't get enough protein in my diet. So usually I'll have at least 3 protein shakes, maybe 4 a day. So, but those are the 3 supplements: creatine, beta-alanine, and whey protein. If you have any comments or any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below. I'm definitely, really trying to get this YouTube thing going. And I really want to help the young sprinters out there that are coming up, and any sprinters that are out there that are just trying to figure out what to do, because there's not a lot of sources out on the internet in regards to, supplementation for sprinters, and do the spike pin matters and shoes and things like that. So I'm trying to be, anything for the sprinters that you guys need. I can help distance runners too, but I'm not really a distance runner myself. I am a sprinter. So, but anyway, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content, get my following up. But anyway, it's your boy Zoom. Got any questions? Leave them below, and I'll make another video. Peace.